Hi guys, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter. I am going to be crafting live again. I am here to show you some cards that I will be making with the supplies that you saw on the cover of this video. The Rustic Rose Craft Perfect 6x6 papers from Tonic Studios. And I will be making 3 different cards using this die set here called the Deco Fleurs Layering Frame. So thank you for joining me. I will be checking the chat to make sure that I can follow along. So if you could bear with me one moment, I should be able to see my video in just 1 second. And then I can say hello. So I apologize for the delay. There is always a delay if you've never made a live video. So there we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'll be doing, and that is that I'm going to be making 3 different style cards. And hi Monica, hello. Thank you for joining me, Monica. So what I've done so far, and let me show you the dies that come with this set, is that I have cut out the pieces, of course, and here's the base piece here. That's the largest die for this particular one. With that, you can cut a base, of course, and what I've done here is that I've cut out a few of them, and here's all I did. I left a piece there without cutting. So all you do is, of course, if you don't know, you fold your paper first, then place it with just a tiny little gap there, and when you run this through your die cutting machine, it will cut your paper with that fold, which allows you to make a card base. And of course, that's something that you can do with any die of any shape. And I see that I have more people, so if you say hello, I'll say hello back to you. I wanted to mention also that currently there's a challenge on my channel. I'm going to be mentioning that in this video as well. And I'm not asking that anyone send me anything, but I just want to give you a heads up. Tobago. Ooh, Trinidad. Is that Trinidad and Tobago? I say Tobago. I don't know if you say Tobago. But thank you for joining us. That is the first time I've seen your name in on this channel, so welcome. This die here is a Verso die. I'm going to explain what that means, because if you've never purchased Tonic Studios dies, it may interest you, or it may be something that you don't particularly care for. So I'm going to mention what that is very quickly. A Verso die cuts into the background of your paper. Let me show it with the background here one moment. So what I want to show you here is the detail. It does not cut that inner portion of the die. So depending on how the die is designed, you're going to see how it cuts, where you need another die or a partner die in order for it to cut the piece out entirely, or you can use it as a window. They're very versatile, and they're one of the reasons why I like Tonic Studios dies, is because they design them in this manner. Now here's the partner die, if you will, and then there's another Verso die. It's this one with the flowers. Another little partner die is what I'm calling it. So it does cut out, and then so on and so forth. So let me show you what that looks like. And I'm going to say to Maximilian Johnson. Okay. So hello, Tobago or Tobago. I'm going to say Tobago because I'm Hispanic, so we say Tobago. So hello and welcome. And I see Maximilian Johnson. Hi and welcome to Paints and Glitter. This is, I want to say, a crafting channel, and this is a family-friendly crafting channel. I want to put that out there, because I don't know if you guys are crafters or not, but welcome to my channel. This is all about crafting and card making today. So moving along with those dies, I cut, and let's start with this one first. I cut my base piece here. This is 110-pound cardstock. I also have cut or I'm sorry, this is a 110-pound cardstock and on the base back here. And then I cut it, as I explained before, with the fold line on top. So I've already created that base, which will be a top folding card. Then I've used that same base piece, and using Tonic Studios cardstock here, I've cut out this gorgeous piece of paper. This is beautiful. It's a pearlescent cardstock that you can get from them, and it's got that beautiful sheen to it. And also, from the same company. I've cut out, using that Verso die that I mentioned, with that inner portion, this beautiful detail here. And that's what I was referring to, is that you can use it on its own or cut it with a partner die, and then this would be the inner portion that cut out. Okay, so I've cut that, and then using the same die set, I used that larger, let me show you, because I want to explain what I'm doing here. I use this one here to cut that edge, and then that smaller one here, and of course it does not cut that inner edge, so it gave me this frame here. And if you run it through your embossing plate, you will see that it does create, I'm going to bring that in close, it does create an embossing effect, on that die cut, which is absolutely beautiful. This is also a peach color Tonic Studios cardstock. And I've also, Monica, this set, oh, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. This set is called the Deco Fleurs Layering Frame. It looks like that. I'm sorry for the glare. It looks like that. And I have a link below right on this video. It's the link tree for Paints and Glitter. It's going to show you the entire bundle. It's available right now at Craft Stash at a great price. And it's all 3 dies, so let me show you the rest in case you haven't seen those. The second one is Ravishing Swirls. Looks like that. And then the third one is Rose Trellis. So wonderful. So yes, Monica, you can use that link if you would like to, because Craft Stash will deliver to Germany, and you can pick up those dies, and it won't just come with the dies, it also comes with the stamps, which I was just about to mention. A wonderful, wonderful stamp set. It's got a stamp for every single occasion you can think of. So far, I've used this Sending Hugs, and I will be using the You Brighten My Day. So that'll be available all together as a bundle at a wonderful price. It won't cost you any more if you use my link. It'll just be one more click. That's about it. So, Krista, thank you for joining us. And okay, so I'm going to continue on. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to keep peeking at the chat there. The Rustic Rose paper is right now available also on TonicStudios website. And I also have a link for that in my link tree. If you click on that, you'll be able to pick this up today. It just released today. And just to let you know, this is just one of the 2 6x6 paper pads. I don't yet have the second one, but these are double-sided papers. They're really soft and pretty if you like pink. And this is kind of like a pink and taupe combination, as you can tell. But it's wonderful for cards. I'll be using that today here. And there's also, let's see here. Well, I'll show you the rest as I go along so I don't get too sidetracked. But hi Pam. Thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. This was, yes, this die collection here I picked out from Craft Stash with some winnings from Craft World. So if you haven't joined Craft World, I highly encourage you to do so. I happen to pick up a lot of the dies that I like from Tonic Studios. If I don't get them from TonicStudios.com, I get them from Craft Stash. So as soon as I won that prize, I went over and picked up this bundle. I could not resist because I knew that I would be able to make cards for the rest of whenever, you know. So I'm going to move this aside for just one moment. And that way I can make sure that you guys see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to set aside just 2 of these for now. And I'm going to start with this kind of darker palette. And I just dropped a flower, so I'm going to pick that up. There we go. Okay, so this is a tiny little stamp that I used here, and I'm going to show you that again. I stamped it with Stays On ink in a dark brown because I was going to be using these coppery colors. And I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can see better. I don't want that glare, but I want to make sure that you guys can see. So let me know if that's a little bit better. I went ahead and stamped that again, and then I used that inner Verso die that has these gorgeous little frames. So that way I could use this as my sentiment for this card. And I'm now just going to start layering. So what's great about, again, about this card is that it's a really nice weight. And you'll be able to get, like, you know, professional results, if you will, by using these papers. They lend a really elegant look to what you're making. And of course, you can emboss these, you can distress them, you can do, you know, whichever style you like. It's really up to you. So I'm just going to layer that right on top of my base. And you can tell that it's a tiny bit askew at the bottom. I don't pay too much attention to that sort of thing. It is a handmade card. So I would like to know Tobago or Tobago. Let's see who else. Yeah, those of you who are new to my channel, are you crafters? Are you here to see crafting? That's what I would like to know. And I'm going to set just very quickly here. I have a drawer underneath where I'm filming, where I keep papers. So I'm just going to set this here because I do see that glare and I know it would bother me. I'm going to continue on with this intricate piece here that I mentioned before. And I'm just going to place little dots of adhesive. In fact, I might use my smaller bottle here. So yeah, the reason I won this prize, just to let you guys know, is not because I did anything special. I just shared my work on the website for Craft World. Craft World is an international website, or a website that has an international base, and it is a craftstash.com website where you can see other crafters' work, anyone who posts their work, such as, you know, myself, other people here on YouTube, they do the same. People from all over the world, as I mentioned before. You can also see crafters that are professionals or that make content for craftstash.com. And you get to listen to podcasts, you get to see tutorials, you get to see what's new in the website, what's the best deal, challenges, what else? Groups. Say you like making cards or projects that are all about butterflies. Well, guess what? There's a group like that. If you want to make a group, you can. So I find it to be a really interesting place to meet other crafters. I think it's a lot of fun. And like I said before, I shared my work and I was selected randomly, I guess, to win a voucher for Craft Stash. And that's what I was able to use to get these dies. So what a bonus, right? To be able to get inspired by other crafters and share what you love. And then on top of that, randomly get prizes. For me, that's a win-win. So speaking of that, I do have a challenge going on this website, this YouTube website, and that is a challenge just for my particular channel. The goal of that I'm trying to reach is 3,000 subscribers. If you live in the United States, you can enter. All you have to do is share my channel, and you'll be entered to win some prizes. So right now, the goal was to reach that by the end of September. There are only 2 days left. So if it gets a little bit extended, that's okay. It'll have to happen, but I do want to reach that as a personal goal. And if you help me, then of course, I want to enter you into the giveaway because you could take away some Tonic Studios dies of your own. And a mini album I'm giving away, and some laces and some other little goodies. So, oh, thank you so much, Pam. I don't think too much of myself, I have to say. I think I'm a student at life. That's all I can say, you know, because it's just like anything else. I learn right along with everyone else. And by the way, this is just a semi-dry baby wipe, or almost completely dry. That's what you can use to take any icky bits off of glossy papers without ruining it. So that's just a little tip for you guys. Because if you use a rubber eraser like this, which I am giving away, if you use this on glossy paper, it might take away the shine. It might dull your paper, and you don't want that to happen. So I recommend this for matte papers, and then this for shiny ones. But I truly appreciate that, Pam. I was floored. I was like, I got, someone wrote, "Congratulations, Raquel," and I was like, what is she talking about? What happened? What am I being congratulated? I'm not having a baby. That's just my sense of humor, guys. So, I'm just going to apply a little bit more adhesive here. And now this one is probably going to be the most straightforward of all the cards that I'm making today. But I wanted to dig into this and use these. And I'm also always like 3 months behind on card making. I don't know if you guys are like me in that sense. Never have enough cards, even though I make cards. But there's that one. Hi, Josie. Thank you for coming back, sweetheart. I am making cards with the die sets that I won, or one of them, I should say, one of 3. So this is what I have so far. Now, isn't that so elegant? I mean, can you picture cutting out the, because you can cut with the oval die, and let me show you that small oval die that's here. Let me show you that real quick, because ideas come to mind. Thank you, Josie. This little die here, okay? So here's something you could do with this die set. You could cut into that topmost layer that I just adhered and put someone's picture there and present that as a gift to, you know, someone who maybe is a grandfather or something like that. This would work so beautifully as a baby announcement. I mean, so many ideas come to mind when I see these things, and I think they're absolutely stunning. And the card is absolutely gorgeous. The you know, it just makes you look like you worked really hard, I guess. And here is my sentiment, as I mentioned before. So that's going to go on top here. And I think I'm going to pop this one up because I can't resist, right? And as I always say, if you have the supplies, oopsie, let me move it back. If you have the supplies, then you may as well use them. That's what they're for. I'm such a mom. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is rainy and cold here in upstate New York, so life is back to normal. That is the norm here, rainy and cold. I always joke around and say we get about 2 weeks of summer and then that's it. Thank you, Tobago. Tobago, is that, tell me your real name. I mean, I don't, maybe it is Tobago, which that would be amazing. But if it isn't, tell me your name so that I can know that. And boy, I bet you have lovely weather there today. So I'm going to place this down here. All right, so that just gave me a little bit of dimension there. Not a whole lot, but just enough that you can, you know, see a little bit of contrast there, which I like when the paper is the same color. So now we get to play a little bit with the mixed media stuff, right? Or the little extras. So here's what I was thinking. I have expanding mousse, which if you haven't heard about expanding mousse, when you heat it up, it expands just as it's described, which is pretty cool. However, for something like this, I'm thinking that might be a bit too much. I also have Gilding Flakes that are absolutely stunning. These would add shine, but, you know, different than what the cardstock has there. And then I have these, which I think is what I want to use. These are the Nuvo Glitter Accents. And if you see the color here, it's called Harvest Moon. I thought this would go really well here in the centers of the flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, word to the wise. Never point this directly at your card after you've spent all that hard work putting it together, because you will be disappointed if you squeeze too hard. It's good to kind of get a gauge as to how much you want to come out of the bottle, because every drop will be different in consistency. This one's the thickest glittery one that they have. So basically less is more, I guess, you know. So I'm just going to use it here in the centers of these flowers, and you see it makes like this popping noise if you squeeze it too hard, but I kind of like to swirl it around with the tip also to ensure that I get a round application rather than a cone, if that makes any sense. And I'll show you guys this up close in just a moment. You guys know I love showing close-ups because if I can't see it, I'm not going to assume that anyone else can see it. So I'm going to match this one up here. And it's kind of stringy. It's got some texture to it. So again, I don't like the little threads, and that's why I try to apply it, you know, somewhat generously so you can actually see it on the card, but not too crazy, you know. Checking here to Veronique, bonjour, Veronique. You make me wish I knew how to speak French fluently, but I barely know how to speak English fluently. Oh, hi. Hi, Robin. Everyone, please, 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 today before you're done with, or when you're done watching this video, go visit Robin and enter her challenge. Robin, you'll have to let us know if it's still open. I hope it is. But Robin is having also a challenge on her channel, and I encourage you to enter if it's still going on. Let's do the close-up, guys. So here are those little drops. They lend a little bit of shine, a little bit of glimmer, and of course the cardstock is very shiny, and my light is right above this, but you're going to be able to see it's just about like a glitter drop. Now, I've mentioned this before in other videos. Sometimes you have to tap your card from the back like that to get that to, oh, wonderful. Awesome, Robin. Thank you for extending it also. So if you tap the card like that, so everybody go subscribe to each other's channels today too, okay? Don't forget to do that. If you tap your card like that, it'll allow the drop to settle a little bit. You just have to be a bit careful so that you don't end up with a splat, if you know what I mean. So that's just a little tip there. And this could be enough. You can end it there. I think it would be a nice, elegant card to give to someone. And of course, I can sit it on a desk if it doesn't slide all over the place. But that is card number 1. I'm going to set it aside so that I don't ruin it. And thankfully, I have a shelf right there. Okay, let's move on to card number 2. I'm first going to take away that glitter so that I don't ruin another card, because I have done that in the past. And I love this craft mat. If you don't have a gloss one, I highly recommend it, because this is all you have to do to clean it. Boom, done. All right, moving on to the next one. I cut out the same, using the same dies, as I mentioned before, I cut out a base. And this one will also be top folding there, like that. And so, okay, I'm just checking really quickly. I cut out that base also using that Rustic Rose paper. And this one has this little pattern here. Very sweet and delicate, and then the other side is striped. Now, I had to place my die diagonally on the paper because this is a square piece of paper. You could probably tell this is more oval. So I just placed it diagonally like that, and it fit perfectly. So just a heads up on that, in case you're concerned that you won't be able to use your smaller papers with this size die. You will, it's just not going, for instance, if you wanted the stripe, then you would get a diagonal, obviously. So you're going to now place this on your base. And of course, if you want to follow it up with a heavier cardstock in the back, you can. I'll do it after I finish this. And switch it up between adhesives depending on how much I need, etc., etc. So I'm just going to place that down. So, Robin, I remember our tag thing. You mentioned tags, and I remembered the only other challenge I've ever done on this channel was asking for people to send me tags, and you were one of the people who entered, and I think I only got 2 entries. I don't know if you remember that. It's been a while. So this time around, I'm hoping that more people enter. I'm going to also have to extend mine, but Yeah, I think I have 5 entries so far, which is, it's generous, and I understand that because there's a lot going on. But yeah, if you guys are interested, of course, before this video is over, I'll show you guys the items I'm giving away. Oh, wonderful, Robin. All right, so here's the other panel that I cut out. This is in the pink tutu paper. Oh, wonderful, Josie. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. This is in the pink tutu paper. This is also a cardstock from Tonic Studios. You see how there's texture to it? It's really pretty, very nice and soft, as you can tell, so it's going to match here. Now, I also had this paper left over from another card that I made. In fact, I should show you the card because I'm going to be adding it to the giveaway. Okay, so if you see this cardstock here, this is the card that I'm adding to my giveaway. This beautiful cardstock here is also from the collection that it has released today. So I had some little leftover bits and pieces, and you guys know that when you have paper left over, if you're anything like me, see, I keep it because if you're able to use it, then why not? So that's exactly what I did. I used this die here, placed it on my cutting mat, and only covered up the places where I saw a little flower, like so, here and there. And that's what I covered with the leftover cardstock. You know, go to town with the washi tape, of course. Now that allowed me to have little bits of flowers that I then was, you know, I fussy cut whatever was not going to be included. And that's what I'm going to use here. I'm also going to do some heat embossing, so you'll be hearing the noise of that in a moment. But let's start with adhering this panel. So I'm just going to apply, actually, you know what? I almost forgot a step. I got rambling. This is going to be part of this card too. It's hard to see it, but it's tulle and it's in a gorgeous pink color. I think I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to apply my adhesive and apply that tulle back here, and you guys will see how that's going to work. Because I did say that that first one was the simplest card I was going to make, right? Good thing I saw that. Okay, so here you don't want to apply too much adhesive, but you want to get some good glue that's going to dry quickly. And then I'm just going to put this on top. Okay, and press down. Okay. I'm going to clean my hands real quick. Yes, the cardstock, you know, if you are going to use cardstock that's a little more pricey than others, you know, the handmade papers, those shiny papers, etc., my recommendation is always to keep the little bits. I have a tray over here which has kind of 3 dishes. It's meant for home decor or to serve hors d'oeuvres, I guess. I use it for those little bits and pieces of paper. And then I just keep them on the side so that way if I want to use them, there they are. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for just one moment, allow that to dry. Patience is key, of course, to make this sort of card. And I'm going to do something, it's going to be similar to what I did here, which here what I did was that I sandwiched my little sequins behind, if you can believe that, behind these 2 pieces. No, I take that back. I sandwiched the sequins behind the peach colored lace, which is on top of the white. So that's how I was able to make that shaker, but then it looks as if that's behind the acetate, and it's not. So it doesn't shake a whole lot, but you know it's there. Now, back to the card at hand. I have my little oval that I cut out using the same die set. I'm going to set the little flowers aside for just one second. And if you haven't done any heat embossing, then I'll show you the steps really quickly here. I'm going to use a little, this is like an embossing buddy. Tim Holtz sells these and a lot of other companies sell them. It has cornstarch on the inside and it helps remove any kind of wet moisture from your paper or any fingerprints you may have on your paper so that your embossing powder sticks to the area you want it to and not all over the paper. So if you're having trouble with heat embossing, it's because you don't have that, and I highly recommend it. So I'm gonna go in with my Versamark, and this is just translucent ink. So you won't see it on the stamp, but it'll stamp your image. And this one says, "You brighten my day." And I'm going to try to make sure my stamp is clean because I was trying to burnish it a little bit earlier. To a lot of acrylic stamps, or not acrylic, polymer is the word I was looking for. A lot of them come with kind of like a hazy look on it. So if you rub it with an eraser, it'll get rid of that, and it'll make this the surface a little bit easier to stamp with. So that's another little tip. And because back in the day, all of the stamps were just red rubber, and now most people make them out of this polymer. So I'm just going to try to center this here. And it's my first time using this stamp set, so I don't quite know what it's going to look like, but I have a general idea. Just going to press that down. And hopefully that's enough ink. We'll find out in a moment. If not, then of course I can do it again. Now I'm using this embossing powder. The name is Pink Popsicle. I thought it was super girly and cute. So you see that? It only stuck on the sentiment there. And now I'm going to heat emboss that, but first, of course, I'm going to put away the rest. You don't want to let that go to waste either. Okay, so there's that. And I'm now going to heat this up, so if you need to lower the volume, go ahead and do that. Heat gun. I have everything plugged in at the other end of my table, so that's why I keep walking back and forth. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to hold on to this. Okay, so you'll see it change, and there's the result. I think it is so, so pretty. And there are little specks of red in there. I don't know if you can make that out, but I think that is really, really cute. So now that that's done, you can also, if you wanted to, you could apply ink to the border. In fact, I think I might have a glitter pen in pink. So, thank you, Josie. I do. I have a Strawberry Bonbon glitter pen. This is also from Nuvo. And it has, if you can hear that, it has that little ball inside to shake the glitter. And I couldn't resist because, you know, glitter. So, let's go around the edge. This has a metallic finish to it that has a little bit of silver in it too, which I think is so pretty. So I'm just going to go around the edge of this. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but I think it'll lend just a little bit of shine that I think is so pretty. And I'm going to try to hold this so that it doesn't shift on me. If you have a shaky hand, the way to get around that is to use your die. If you have trouble with accuracy, use your die and then put washi tape on top of it and then just follow the edge of your die. Okay, so aim at that. Yes, definitely. I like these pens because I find them easy to use. It has this bullet tip, which I'll show you in just a second. And it's more like markers. And I've been coloring with markers since I was about 5, 4 or 5, I don't know. So it's kind of like, you know, brings you back to your childhood type thing. So I'm just, you can go around, you know, once or twice, depending on how, you know, deep you want that color to be. And just about done with this, and I'll show you that marker. Okay, so here's that tip. So you see how beautiful that is? Now let me show you the result. And it's subtle, but it's there. But it makes it look a little bit more finished, in my opinion. And I like that. So yes, Tobago, if that, the reason this, well, first of all, the quality of the embossing powder is top notch, but also I am telling you right now, that little bag, and I keep mine in a little Ziploc like this because of, I don't want to have allergies, but these little guys are well worth every penny. And the good thing is that they will last you for years and years. So I'm now going to cut away that edge of extra tulle that I do not need. And I think I'm going to use my fabric scissors. I'm going to give this a try first. So bear with me as I cut this away. So you guys will have to tell me, what type of videos do you prefer to watch when you watch a live video? I've been doing them recently a lot because of an injury that I have. I'm unable to edit my videos because of the time spent, and I have to be careful. So hence the reason for so many live videos recently. But I do want to know what type of tutorials you guys prefer. Do you like this type of tutorial where you go step by step, or do you prefer to see series tutorials? That was going to be my question. Do you prefer to see a tutorial where it's a part 1, part 2, etc., etc.? I would love to know. And I'm sorry that I'm going slow. I just I don't know where my glasses are, and I have no depth perception, guys, so this is a test. True test. But she'll get there. Don't worry. I will get there in the end. Oh my gosh. You have to take my videos with a grain of salt. Or a nice cup of tea. Whichever one is better. Oh my goodness. Quick dose of patience. All right. She's almost there. Almost done. Almost at the finish line. Okay, there's that. All right. This is not going to be 100% perfect either, but live videos are what they are. I'm just going to take away one tiny little bit here. And what my goal is, of course, to not cut it so far back that I then end up losing the tulle, but I think you get the gist of it. This is now covered in tulle on the back. Yes, not a problem. Robin, God bless you. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, and I see you see why I'm a diva. I love that name. Yes, that marker is very, very cute. So now we've got this all set, and here's what we can do. I'm going to set that aside one moment. The reason for the tulle is not just for that extra little shine and texture. It is also step-by-step tutorials. Wonderful. Thank you for the feedback. I truly appreciate it. Now what you can do is you can place some glitter back here and kind of sandwich it. And here is the glitter that I want to use. It's called Mauve Hexagons from Bangladesh. Well, hello, hello. Hello and welcome. And I'm opening this for the first time, but I'll show you what this looks like in a moment. Wow, wow, wow. It's more lilac than anything. Of course, it's called mauve, but I'm going to take my jacket off because I'm finally warm. It was so cold in here earlier. Okay, so look at the color on that. Isn't that incredible? And I love that it's in the hexagon shape also, because it just the variety is fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place this in the center of my card, just like that. And then I'm going to add another color here. This one is called Quartz Triangles, and it is that holographic color that I thought would go really well with the pink and the mauve. Oh, thank you, Josie. Easy Paper Crafts. All right. Well, okay. Thank you for telling me that, because I try to keep things easy when I'm doing the videos, but I have a confession to make. I have a very difficult time simplifying things, and that's just because of the way my brain works. I always say I have a 3D brain. So, but I'm trying to tone it down a little bit. Yes, I would agree with that, sweetheart. It is a gorgeous glitter. Now, this may have been, oh, what's the word for exclusive? It may have been an exclusive glitter for the Tonic craft kit that I got, but if Tonic has it, it might be just a different shape, but with the still with the same holographic color. So I know that there is a Nuvo sale going on right now. As I always say, please, please, please use my links if you're going to take advantage of those sales. And you could pick up some gorgeous glitters. I mean, some of them are so inexpensive right now, including the drops too. All right, so you see what I did there? I just placed my bead of adhesive on the same place where I put the edge of that tool. And now I'm going to put this right on top. And the difficulty will be to not shake it. The temptation is always to shake it right away. Don't do it. I'm going to be adamant. Don't shake it yet, because you will regret it. You'll have a hot mess on your hands, and that's what we don't want. All right. You just want to make sure that this dries. So back to the patience. That's going to stay there. And I wanted to show you another card. So while this dries, let's just go ahead and work on the other one. Okay? And this is why I always say you should never have more, you should always have more than one project going on. In the long run, it's better that way. And of course, when I take my own advice, it's wonderful. But do I always do that? No. So let me go ahead and start the next card. Now, here's what I did for this one. I decided to take the leftover bits of anything that I had already cut and also switch it up a little bit. And here's what I decided. This large die, of course, you can use in the horizontal orientation. And like I said before, you know, fold your paper in half, it'll open whichever way you want. Or you can use it the way these cards have been, which is in the vertical orientation. What I decided to do was to fold my paper entirely in half and cut it just with the bottom portion. That gave me this here, okay? And I figured a 3x3 note card would be really cute. And then I cut the same paper, the same shape, the entire shape, out of this paper. This is from that same paper pad I showed you before. It's got these little hexagons on it, and then on the back it's striped. You see that line? That's where I decided I would cut it to cover the outside of my card. I'm going to take my guillotine and do precisely that. And just going to cut right down that line. And there we go. Okay, so I've got my pieces. They're not exactly 100% in half, but I'm not concerned with that. That's going to be the cover of the front of my card. Let me see, which one is it? This one. Okay, so that's going to cover the front of my card. So I'm going to go ahead and place adhesive there. And okay, just a little bit is enough. And I thought it would be fun to make just an odd shaped card, just for a change. So that's the base. The next die that I decided to use was this one. And then again, it's another layer, same die collection. And I thought I would place it here, just like so. And of course it would wrap around the back. Now this is going to go also on the back, but it doesn't have to, I'm sorry. No, it's not. Let's change that. It's not going to have anything on the back. This is the one that I was going to wrap around. But what I wanted to do, as I mentioned before, was to use the leftovers, okay? This was leftover from that pink paper. Then I'm going to add this on the edge because it fits perfectly there, okay? And I think it almost looks like a little bit of a cloud. I like that shape. I'm just going to apply my adhesive right on the border here. And I'm trying to cover up the glare, guys, so I do apologize. So I'm going to keep going here. It's a tiny bit of adhesive. You don't need a whole lot. And, okay. Now I'm going to place my pink border. And again, this goes back to not wasting leftover supplies. Why waste them if you can come up with something new, right? Okay, so as you can see, it covers that edge. And that light pink looks really sweet against this kind of taupey brown color. Just going to cut away what I don't need here. So just flip it over and do that. At the same time, I'll make sure that edge is right where it needs to be. And same here. Sorry if I'm out of frame. So there's that so far. I have this other piece that was also left over. Yes, I also like that because I think it kind of pushes you to think out of the box when you have pieces of paper laying about and you just don't want to be wasteful about it. For instance, this piece of paper is just a piece of copy paper. I place this on my cutting mat when I'm cutting that really glimmery paper that I showed you earlier, just so that I don't ruin it. So I place my die, copy paper, and then expensive paper. And then that way, this protects that shiny paper. However, it's so intricate and pretty that I didn't want to let it go to waste, so why not use it? I'm going to do the same thing again. Just applying adhesive on that border. Because it's easier to apply it on here, for me anyway, than it is to apply it on that very thin die cut. And it will dry clear. This adhesive will dry clear. So if anything leaks a tiny little bit, I don't have to worry too much. So here we go, intricate piece. Now it's kind of like making a puzzle. Fitting it in there. And you'll notice I didn't put adhesive on the entire die cut. It's okay. So long as it stays there, you don't have to go crazy with applying glue. Okay. So there's that little border there. And now I'll do the same thing again. Now I may apply some adhesive here because I don't want that to lift. So let's go ahead and do that. Gonna aim toward the die, of course. There we go. And if I get too much, that's okay. As I said before, it dries clear. Although, baby wipes to the rescue always. I will do that for any excess. Okay, now we're happy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut away the excess there. Just like that. You may want to hold it backwards. It depends on if you're right-handed or left-handed. We left-handed people tend to do things differently. So I'm just going to cut away any excess there. Apply one more little drop. Just like so. Okay. So there's my layer there. It starts looking very delicate. And oh, yes, absolutely. You know what? If you want to, and I'm sorry, I don't know your first name. You see why I'm a diva. If you let me know, then I'll definitely refer to you by your first name. But yes, if you want, I can definitely recap. That's not a problem. So here's that next piece of paper, and guess what I want to do again? That border, right? So that we have that little bit of shine. So let's go ahead and do that. Keep that monochromatic look going. And here again, I don't necessarily have to do the entire thing, but if I do, that's okay, because I could even use it on the inside of the card to write my sentiment. And it'll make it look like I worked really hard. So I'm just holding down my paper. Am I in frame, guys? No, I'm not. Sorry. So concerned with that glare. Okay, so I'm just doing the same thing again, tracing that outline. And this would be gorgeous if you dry embossed it also and gave it some texture. So it's going to be a little bit thicker here, but I'm going over it a second time just really quickly here. And again over here. It's kind of like a little racetrack. There we go. I think that should be enough. All right. Getting my card base again. I'm going to put it here. Now I accidentally got it on my fingers there, so we hopefully will cover up any little mishaps. So let's go ahead and place this here. I'm going to apply adhesive on the base again. And I mean, you could do this with different colors also. You don't have to always do it with the same color base paper. I just happen to like the look of monochromatic cards. That's my favorite. And I figure if it's not broke, why try to fix it? Why be different if I'm comfortable where I'm at, right? So I'm just going to use my scissors and cut off that edge once again. Now I'm kind of using the shadow here because, again, I'm left-handed. And you do whatever you're comfortable with. Boom, that edge is now clean. Got that little card going. And as I said before, I can definitely use this on the inside to write my sentiment or whatever. It's whatever you're comfortable with. If you just want to use it as a little accent, you can do that. But let's get back to the front. I have these pieces also using that same Verso Die. These are just little vine pieces that I cut out. You don't have to use the entire die. You can just use the little parts that you prefer. So I'm going to apply some glue here to allow these little accents to do their thing on the front. And this I did with, guess what, leftover paper. I just wanted to make sure not to waste it. I'm going to cut away that one little piece because it just doesn't work for me there. Just like that. Okay. Same here. All right. And it'll look like it was meant to be there in the end. So that's all that matters. Oh, so it's Lisa. Okay, thank you. I will try to remember that. I have to confess I'm really bad with remembering names, but if you hit me over the head a couple times, I'll try to remember. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's do the next one. I think maybe down here. I'm going to try to mirror that a little bit. No. I want to put my oval on there first. Yeah. Well, I guess, you know what? Too late. I was going to put my oval down first, but guess what? Plans change. So there it goes. Created almost the same mirror effect there. I'm going to cut away that tip that I don't need. And now my oval will go on top. And this is the one that I was going to stamp anew with... Let's see here. I did brighten my day. You know what? Let me show you guys the stamp set, and maybe you guys can determine which stamp I should put on there. So we have, let's see here. We have Always and Forever. That would fit because I want to use it in this perspective, not in the horizontal, although either way would be fine. Let's see. Thinking of You on This Day. There's So Grateful to Be Your Friend. I kind of like that one. I don't know what you guys think. There's Today, Wear the Biggest Smile. Love that. I Would Be Lost Without You, With All My Heart. Something to Celebrate Your Special Day. Thank you so much. And then, of course, there's the other ones, but I'll let you guys pick. The friend one, So Grateful to Be Your Friend. I think I'm in agreement, Josie. All right, since you were the first to answer, I'm going to go with your idea, Josie. Okay. And let's go ahead and get the little block. You don't have to use such a tiny block, but I'm going to see if this one fits, actually. I may need a bigger one, actually, so let me switch that up. Here we go. It's always good to have more than one of these. And, okay, I will use, what color ink do I want? Okay. I'm going to use here some brown ink again, because I think, and sorry guys, I was just getting interrupted there for a moment. I think that this will go well with that taupe background. Woohoo, baby. So, it wouldn't be a live video without an interruption or a mistake. All right. I like to try it out a couple times since it's brand new. Kind of get that, I forget the word for it, but get it used to stamping first before you go on your main project. Okay, and I'm not going to heat emboss this one, but maybe I should. I'm trying to think of what other embossing powder I could use, because I didn't use the Versamark one. Maybe gold? What do you guys think? Gold would be really cute. And I'm going to take a look here really quickly. All right, so let's just continue on with the brown, because I'm going to probably have to hurry up and do this video. I'm being contacted by someone, and I'm praying to God it's not an emergency. All right, so it says So Grateful to Be Your Friend. And I'm going to now, let me show you what that looks like. I think it's so pretty. Nice and delicate. I'm going to, let's go ahead and repeat that glitter on the edge again. I just think it's so, so pretty. I'm going to try to go fast here because, again, I'm getting contacted and I'm hoping everything's okay. All right. Now, depending on how much you shake this marker, guys, just to let you know, you'll get a lighter or darker effect on it. But again, it's just that little bit of glimmer there. I'm going to pop that up. Yes, that font is really beautiful. I don't know who designed this particular type of, or this particular set for Tonic. But whoever it is, they're on top of the trends, so I'm not surprised that they did such a great job with it. In fact, they just released a brand new stamp collection. And of course, it happened like 2 minutes after this one, right? But it's also very, very beautiful. And if you want to take a look at that, I recommend it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So it's got, and it has 2 different options. All right, so I'm going to place this one here, just like so. And on here, I had a plan. My mind got a little distracted there for a minute, but I think what I want to use are some Nuvo Drops, and let's see here which ones I want to go with. I think it's going to be this color here. I don't know if this is called Pink Orchid. I don't know if it's too bright or not. All right, maybe you guys should choose for me. There's Pink Orchid. There is, let's see here. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Sorry, guys. I'm going to use this one. It's called Heritage Rose, and this is a brand new release also. And I love it. So I'm just going to go around different places here. There's that little flower, so I'm going to use this in the center. And then I'm going to go around these swirls here and there, adding a few of these. And again, if you're new to this type of medium, I would slow down a little bit, but I'm just going to go ahead and just frame this out a tiny bit here with these drops, just like that. I think that is elegant. I think it's pretty. And there is that card. And it's a smaller card, which you could include with a gift or a small note. But those are the drops. If you see how beautiful that color is, I just think it's so, so pretty. And this is the latest trend. Of course, I don't have all of them, all of the pieces, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of a, you know, quick little preview there. So there's that card. Let's set it aside to dry. And now let's get back to the shaker card. Hopefully this is dry enough. I think it is. Now, some of the pieces are leaking, so I'm going to have to try to apply a little bit more adhesive. But let me show you. See how this peeks through the back there now? And it gives you just a little bit of shine like that. I love that effect. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of adhesive here on the edge, because it looks like this little part here didn't dry completely. So little things like that happen, and that's okay. So I'm just pressing down on that. Okay, just like that. Now I am going to use that shiny paper that I told you guys about, that I fussy cut with the little flowers. I am going to place them exactly on the little flowers that are on this card. Let me move this back again. And to make it a little bit faster, all I do is try to find where I'm going to be placing them. And I go ahead and start placing my adhesive there. And I know I'm just targeting the little flowers, that's all. Just like so. And one more here. And then again, it's like a little puzzle. So I'm going to start finding my flowers and placing them on top. And this is just going to add the tiniest bit of shine, but I think it's so pretty. So let's see here. I think you go there. Maybe. I hope so. This one goes here. And of course, I move them about, so I'm hoping I'm not missing any. I may be missing one. Got one more here with a swirl. Like that. I've got this one here on the top. And again, all I did was strategically place those pieces of cardstock right on top of my die that were left over, and I'm missing a flower. So let's try to find that here. Let's hopefully find the flower. That was, I don't know how it happened. It's probably... Okay, please let me know if I'm up again. I got a bad message there. I don't know if you guys are still with me or not. Goodness me. Let me see here. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me, because I'm not quite sure if I was completely offline or not. That was kind of odd. But I'm trying to find my little flower in the meantime. You guys have to let me know. Oh, wonderful, Josie. Okay, thank you. All right, on my computer, it was telling me I was offline. So all of a sudden I thought I was talking to, you know, the shadow of me. Okay, I don't see my little flower, guys. What did I do? Oh, yeah. Lost the flower there, friends. I lost the flower. But so long as I don't lose my mind, I'll be okay. All right, there's that. Now, without the one flower, which I will try to cut again, this will be the result. And there's the shine and the glimmer, you know, and of course you can go to town with the Nuvo Drops, which I will do. I'm going to go ahead and kind of mix and match here, I guess. And I just think they're so pretty, so why not? Because you can go around the perimeter here if you want to. I kind of like to mirror things on one side and the other to repeat a pattern, but that's not a written rule, that's just a preference. So I'm just going to try to add a little bit of this here and there, and then I'll show you what that looks like. So there are the pink, and I'm going to switch it up a tiny bit. This is called Soft Mint, and I'm going to add a little bit of that as well. And I'm going to do that on the leaves. Oops. I was not following my own advice. Make sure I squeeze it outside of the card. And this is why, because this one right now is giving me a little bit of a hard time, so I want to make sure I don't squeeze it too hard. In fact, I'm going to place the stainless steel needle in there. If you ever get a little clog like that, you can work it out. There we go. Now I'm just going to put this on the leaves. And I'm just dotting this very lightly. And I'll show you in a moment what you can do. And I'm just applying the tiniest amount here, just to show you guys. One more leaf, just like that. One more leaf. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do with that. I have this pokey tool here. This is actually a Cricut tool. And I'm just going to drag that like frosting and kind of spread it out a little bit to mimic the shape of the leaf. And I'm basically following what was already embossed on the paper. And this will dry glossy, but it's almost like you're painting with it. And again, it's just dragging it out. Because it dries quickly, I have to kind of move fast, but it's going to just be kind of a loose translation here of a leaf. And you guys will see in a moment what that looks like. Just like that. And one more leaf over here. The good news is I can't lose the leaves, even though I lost my flower. Okay, so that is the end result of this card. If you see there, I just followed the pattern of the little leaves and gave it a little bit of shine. And the color, if you can tell, that color doesn't, it's not too bright for this type of card, but it's pigmented. It's very, very pigmented, so you get a full, you know, bang on, if you will, of your color there. So thank you so much. All right, let's recap, and I will answer any questions that you guys have. I will also quickly mention, of course, my giveaway, because I do want you guys to share my channel so you can enter to win. And my goal was to reach 3,000 subscribers. I haven't yet reached that mark, but I'm almost there. So I am asking my friends to join me on this channel, to subscribe, and to also share my channel on social media. All right, so this is card number, I don't know, let's call that number 2, right? This was card number 3. And I guess I'm most surprised by this one because, again, those were the leftover papers. And let's see if I can fit in frame. I'll zoom out a little bit. Let's see here. Card number 1, which was that one. So you can see quite a difference there in styles, I would say anyway, but still very elegant, still very pretty. And I still have leftover papers here. So if I wanted to make yet one more, I can still do that and no loss there. So tell me what you guys think. In the meantime, let me grab the other items. Do you guys have a favorite? Oh, wonderful. That is my aim. I am so, so happy. Yes. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. I'm just looking here at your comments, guys. Lisa, you're cracking me up. Okay, so, yes, I'm hoping that you do give your dies a second and third look because, again, I mean, if you, like I mentioned before, if you use it as a frame, you can also use it in this direction, which I should have made a horizontal card just to show you guys. I wasn't thinking, but there's so many different ways that you can use them. And you can make them very delicate, you can make them elegant, you can make them more playful. I mean, I'm even thinking of how many different things will stamp into that oval that would be just stunning. Or even ephemera. Any ephemera piece that you have that you really love, you can cut out with that oval. Or I've even used dollar store stickers. If I like the image, I really don't care where it comes from. If it fits into what I'm making, I will use it. Thank you, Monica. So, very fast, because I do have to check and see what the emergency is. This is the mini album that I'm giving away. I know Josie and Monica are already aware of this, so I'm sorry for repeating, but it's, not everybody watches my videos, so I do have to make sure, and I just got green stuff on that. That's okay. I'll back it up with another piece of cardstock. No one will know. Here's the mini album. This is also in the same tonality or same colors as what you've seen today, the soft pastels. And what I did here is, if you don't know already, I do design for Renee Bouquets. So I used some of her gorgeous laces that she currently has in store, as well as, of course, Tonic Studios dies, because those are the ones that I enjoy using the most to make this little mini album. It has tags on every single page, and I thought it would be great for fall. I've used the things that I enjoy the most because I want whoever receives it to enjoy it as well. These little frames here, you can use either for pictures or for journaling. It's up to you. And yes, I did try to make sure that the paper was nice. And here's another little tag. They all have those little hidden away spots. There's laces, there's kind of like flip up little flowers, pearls. I mean, I've used everything that I would normally use on any on any album that I sell or give away. And I even did inlay piecing there. So including this piece of lace here. And again, this one's repeated, but this one here, I've also included the rest of it in this little package. So one of my winners is going to take this home. Okay. If mini album is not to your liking, if that's not up your alley, then I have another prize. And I'm going to take a quick drink of water because my throat is dry. Okay, I'm going to try to do this without knocking things over. I have it all in a box already. There's this prize here. If you're wondering what's inside of that, they are flowers, handmade flowers by yours truly. Let me get my paper if I can find it again. Because I don't want to give you guys any glare, and I can't wait to get my window installed so I won't have that situation. Okay, so there's this. This was made, I did a tutorial. I think I did a live tutorial. I'm trying to remember now, but I'm pretty sure I did a tutorial on how to assemble this little box. And there's the little flowers inside and maybe some other little things. Maybe not. I don't know. And then inside of this package is a little gift in there, a tag that I made in a live video, a loaded envelope, and some goodies inside, and some ribbon. And I can tell you that inside of the loaded envelope are 2 TonicStudios dies that I absolutely love using. So you may want to check my other videos for that if you're interested, if you're curious like me. If not, just enter the giveaway and maybe you'll be surprised when you get it. So thank you so much, Josie. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. I truly appreciate it because I enjoy making these things. And I just wanted to make sure that if I was going to host a giveaway, that I could give away things that people would actually want to receive. And that's why I asked for feedback on my channel. I asked for to see what is it that people do like to watch, because this type of crafting is not the only thing that I enjoy. But if it is what you guys like watching, then I'm happy to share, you know, the different techniques or whatever. Just having fun with the products that I absolutely love using. And yeah, so you still have time to enter. So far, you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning. That means I've only had 5 entries to my giveaway. My aim was to reach 3,000 subscribers without asking anyone to do anything for me except for share my channel on social media and leave me your link. That's absolutely it. I didn't want to ask people to send me anything, not because I'm not interested in what you make. I absolutely love seeing how other people craft and the things that they make. The issue is that I have to limit my time doing what I'm doing. Like today, this will be it. I'm not going to be able to move for the rest of the day. So I will pay for this. However, I enjoy it. And oh, wonderful. I really want to continue doing this. I just have to be really smart about how I do it. Oh, thank you, Pam. So I'm going to zoom in because you guys are seeing the floor. And I've got all these little papers all over my floor. As I said before, this is my craft studio. So it gets crazy in here. So yeah, but if you have any questions, my email is paintsandglitter@gmail.com. This video will have a link to everything that you saw today. One of them will be to the Craft Stash website where you can pick up all the dies and the stamps you saw today. The other link will be for Tonic Studios, where you can pick up all of the Nuvo products that I showed you today. The one exception may be, again, this glitter, and that's probably only the shape that will differ. But everything else, you're going to be able to pick it up at Tonic Studios if you're interested. And that includes the cardstock, the everything pink, the Rustic Rose collection, and this collection is absolutely stunning. I encourage you to stop back if you liked these colors also. Yeah, and I guess that might be it. But if you leave me your links on this video or any other video that mentions Paints and Glitter 3K challenge, which I do have the hashtag so that I can find you even easier. Hashtag Paints and Glitter 3K challenge. If you leave me your link on any one of these videos, then you will be entered to win the prizes that I just mentioned before. And I guess that's it. But I do appreciate you guys with other types of crafting. Ooh la la, my dear. All right, let's see. How do I can answer that by showing you very quickly. I enjoy, let me show you something real fast. Because of course it's my favorite subject. You had to ask me. I'm just teasing you, honey. So I enjoy designing. I designed this bag. This is available on my Etsy. I did not design the paper. I did not design the frilly things, but I designed the concept, okay? So there's that. And I just made a little mini album. This was an older video that I did for, oh, was it Mother's Day, I want to say. So that's something that I enjoy currently because, again, because of my injury, I've had to slow down so much, but that's something that I like to do. I like to make albums and books. I'm just going to reach for the closest one here. I love making mini albums. Let me zoom out a second. I like doing this sort of thing. I've been doing a lot of shabby chic this year. It's the direction that I've headed into, and I absolutely love it. I like to paint, hence the name Paints and Glitter. My poor little fairy almost ripped her wing off. This is a copy of something that I painted. Now, I painted her in acrylic. However, I did scan her on my computer so that I could make that. Oh, thank you. Merci beaucoup. I did paint her, and then I added her to this canvas, which is kind of hard to show in this angle. But let me do the Vanna, right? So just a lot of fun. I did this in a live video also, and I guess I'm going to have to tip her upside down, but you get the gist of it. So I do like to paint. I prefer to paint on walls, but for the moment, I do it on whatever, you know, bits and pieces here and there. And I like to alter things. Let me see, what else can I show you? I mean, this is a craft studio, so my walls are full, but let's see. This is an older project. You may have seen it. This is a 3D umbrella. So I do enjoy 3D crafting. Things like that. I like to make flowers. Just all sorts of crafty things. And yeah, I mean, I could keep you here all day, but my suggestion is take a peek at my videos and you'll see a glimpse of it. I like to design, but again, this is a YouTube channel just for crafty makes for the moment, and God willing, you know, who knows where this will end up, but in the meantime, I'm very happy just sharing the little cards and mini albums and things like that. So, thank you so much. You're covering your eyes. Oh, I hope it's for good reason. Thank you guys. I do appreciate your feedback. So, oopsie, this is upside down. So yeah, if you're interested in following me also on social media, I do have the one last thing I guess I should mention is I do have a Facebook page, and it's called Encourage Arts. It is in that link tree that I mentioned before. If you click that link, you're going to see all of my social media there. If you like to share your work and you want to be part of a community on Facebook that's just clean, never any drama or anything like that, feel free to join me over on Facebook. It is a kind of slowly growing page, but you can definitely ask to join my page, and then you can share everything that you guys make there also. Oh. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I would like to have you leave me a like on this video if you enjoyed it. If you want to participate in my challenge and you come back and leave me a link, then please let me know which one of these cards was your favorite. And if you're one of the winners, then it'll be included in your prize, okay? All right. So with that, I do have to leave you because, again, I've got to go do my exercises. I got to go exercise my back so it doesn't break. But But it's a true blessing to get to know every single one of you guys. I always say that in my videos. I just do this for, you know, to get to know more crafty friends and that sort of thing. It's a true joy. Um, and yeah, and I don't take it for granted. So please don't think that I do. And I can't wait for somebody to take that box. I want somebody to win. I get excited. Um, oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Wonderful. Okay, ciao, guys. God bless you. I will have to say goodbye. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Make sure you come back. Leave me your links. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Bye, Veronique. Please visit each other's channels and do that whole, you know, support thing. Please do that. Bye, Tobago. Bye-bye. Hugs.